Hello everyone, in this video I will share a review of some apps that I use on Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 as a software engineer. In case you want to save time, you can check out the description or use the timestamp in the video itself. First, let's talk about note-taking apps. I usually take notes with OneNote because I subscribe to Microsoft Office and have 1 TB of storage. The experience of using OneNote in Tab S7 is not really good. First, I cannot create a sub-page, so I ended up creating a page on my Tab S7 and make it as a sub-page on Windows PC or MacBook. So it's not really practical to create a sub-page on Samsung Galaxy Tab S7. The behavior of blocking text using a mouse is really different compared with Windows, MacBook or Linux. And I need to at least touch the screen 2 times for the initial block, then continue it with my mouse. It is the same experience blocking text on my phone. Right click is not usable, there is no option on right click, control key sometimes is not working to jump between words. I thought control key will not working on all note-taking apps, and turns out that it is only not working in OneNote. Control key is working fine on Chrome, on Samsung Notes and some other apps. Scrolling pages using a mouse is not working. It doesn't scroll the list of notes, but it scrolls to the right instead. Tab and Shift tab sometimes not working to indent a paragraph, and sometimes arrow keys are not working too. And when I create a new page, the sidebar will be automatically closed. This is really bothering me. And unfortunately, there is no option to pin the sidebar. So I cannot have my sidebar there with my note on the right side. I'm pretty much having a hard time using OneNote in Tab S7. It makes me sad because I have been using OneNote since 2016 and I don't plan to move out from OneNote soon, except there is a Nest note-taking app that can connect to OneDrive, so probably I can try that. I heard that the newest Samsung Notes update will add the ability to sync to OneNote, but only as a feed. I really hope that I can sync all of the folders and pages I have on Samsung Note with OneNote, so I can use Samsung Notes on my Tab S7 and use OneNote on my computer. Next app is Google Jamboard. I use Jamboard to collaborate on this work from home situation. In tablet mode, it works great, even if there is no option to only allow pen input, but I think it is still okay since by default S Pen has great palm rejection. And when it comes to DeX mode, I cannot go into full screen by default. The window size is fixed, but it can be changed to full screen by activating Force Full Screen on DeX Lab. And whenever it is on full screen mode, taskbar still appears, so it is not a real full screen. For project management, I always use Jira on my phone. Back then on my S10 Plus, I only use Jira to see notification, track the progress of task projects, reply to any comments, and read the detail of new incoming features. So when it comes to Tab S7, I want to use the full features of it. On DeX mode, it is surprisingly great. It's not like the Zoom version of a smartphone app, but it is a fully functional big screen app. Project management is great using keyboard and mouse. Issue list is separated into 2 sections. On the left side, I can see the list of signed tasks, and the right side is the detail of the task. This is also the case for notification. It's also nice that I need to hold my mouse click a little bit to move a ticket. It helps me to not accidentally move the ticket. So Jira works really great on Tab S7. The next app I use for documentation, it is Confluence. For Confluence, I will not talk about it too much since it is basically a Zoom version of a small screen app, so I prefer to use the web version instead. The next one is Google Sheets and Google Docs. Both apps are working fine, but not so good. All basic actions are available on native apps. I can comment, it is easy for editing, but the formatting experience is not so good. I cannot copy content of another document with the same format as I can do in the browser version. I also need a learning phase because the menu is different. The functionality is also decreased, like in Google Sheet, I can do a magic copy on cells here, but in the native app, I cannot do that. So I prefer the web version than the app version, because it is better to have the same experience between Tab S7 and my laptop. Also, people are more familiar with the web version, so it will be easier to them if I present to them with the web version. The next one is my main browser. I use Google Chrome. By default, it will open mobile web. So every time I open a new tab, I need to explicitly request the desktop web. Chrome also doesn't support extension currently, like Samsung browser does. And after opening a new tab, the cursor is not automatically placed on address bar. Usually on Windows PC or MacBook, whenever I open a tab, I can immediately search or tap anything on the address bar. So I need some adaptation on this since my muscle memory always taught me to tap after opening a new tab. For this, I use Ctrl L to move the cursor to the address bar. At least I don't need to use mouse or touchpad too much. Also, mouse middle click is not working, so I cannot open a new tab or close a tab using middle click. Other than that, it is pretty much the same with Windows. Shortcut key are the same, Ctrl T to open tab, Ctrl W to close tab, Ctrl function up arrow to move to the left tab, Ctrl function down arrow to move to the right tab, Ctrl Shift T to reopen newly closed tab. So it is basically the same with Windows. For communication, I use Slack. In Slack, the behavior is pretty natural. I can send a message by pressing enter, create a new line by pressing shift enter, which is good because it is the same with Windows on MacBook. And almost all the shortcut keys are the same. And luckily, all shortcut keys that I use are the same with Windows. So blocking words using keyboard works great. Also, I can use a mouse to block words. So the experience is almost the same with Windows PC. The only downside for using Android native app instead of browser version of Slack is I couldn't directly press enter to jump to message. I will need to tap 2 times and then press enter. Next is my main conference app. It is Google Meet. I am really upset that some of the features that I use are not available on DeX mode. When I use it for the first time, full screen is not available by default, but suddenly on 9 October, it becomes grid. I can resize the window and make it full screen. I'm not sure why did this fix because the last update is 21 September and I activate auto update. I can only share the full screen instead of sharing a window. I believe this is probably a technical limitation of Android. I'm not sure how it is on iPad, but at least it still covers my need for online presentation. And if I open Google Meet on a browser, screen sharing will not work at all. So I gotta need to use the Android app for screen sharing. For IDE, I mainly use NeoVim. It works great natively, feels very smooth. The behavior is just like on my MacBook, no complaint at all. But considering that the display of this Tab S7 is only 11 inch, so I will need to connect to an external monitor for a better coding experience. Also for IDE, in case you are not familiar with Vim or NeoVim, you can use Code Server. It is an open source version of Visual Studio Code Cloud. It is really great IDE if you currently use Visual Studio Code. Even if you currently use Atom, Sublime or another text editor, it will be easier to code on Code Server than Vim. I'll share the GitHub link on the description so you can jump in and try it. So that is my review about all apps that I use on Tab S7. Hopefully will help you to decide whether you can switch to Tab S7 or not. In case you want me to review more apps about software engineering, please share the app name in comment section so I can collect and review them later. Also, you can subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any update about Tab S7 and Tab S7 Plus. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.